Final Fight 2 takes place sometime after the events of the first game. Mike Haggar, along with his friends Cody and Gao, defeated Mad Gear Gang and restored peace in Metro City, while the trio has continued living their normal lives, with Cody taking a vacation with his girlfriend Jessica, Guy going off to a training journey, and Haggar continuing to run Metro City as mayor. The surviving Mad Gear members have secretly regrouped, plotting their revenge under a new leader. They begin by kidnapping Guy's fiancée in Japan, Rena, along with her father and Guy's former sensei, Genryusai. With Guy nowhere to be found, Rena's younger sister Maki calls Haggar and informs him of the situation. Accompanied by his friend Carlos Miyamoto, Haggar travels to Eurasia and meets up with Maki, and the three of them join forces to take on the newly restored Mad Gear. Carlos grew up in South America studying different types of martial arts. He moved into Metro City to finish his studies and stayed with Mike Haggar for a period of time. Although Carlos had mastered many styles of fighting, he prefers to use his katana to slice and dice his enemies. Maki is best described as a hot-blooded tomboy who loves to get into street fights. She also acts very cocky and confident towards her opponents, as shown with her taunting them after winning. She dislikes the fact that Guy became the 39th master of Bushin Ryu, thinking she deserved more than he did and waiting to take the title for herself. Our hero's journey begins in the neon-lit streets of Hong Kong, where the Mad Gear Gang is hiding out. The enemies here are your typical thugs and low-level gang members. The action heats up as the team fights their way through a crowded marketplace, using their unique skills to smash through the waves of enemies. At the end of the level, they face their first boss, Von Von, towering brute with devastating strength, but they bring him down, moving one step closer to the heart of Mad Gear Gang. The journey continues in Paris, where the Mad Gear Gang has expanded its operations. As fighters progress through this level, they encounter obstacles in the environment that can be used to their advantage. Soon they reach the airbase and meet Freddy, a brutal military member who works for Mad Gear. He can grapple and throw, making it essential to stay on the move and use hit-and-run tactics to avoid his powerful strikes. But after a tough fight, Freddy goes down, so the trio travels to Netherlands, where Mad Gear appears to have a secret castle hidden on the countryside. Team gets near the facility and manages to break inside. At the end of the stage, they face Bratken, a massive Frankenstein look-alike who uses his size to his advantage. He is slower than previous bosses, but his attacks hit hard. It is clear this guy is an effect of some weird genetic experiment, but Haggar and the rest manage to defeat him and move closer to saving Rena and Genryusai. Next up, England, where the Mad Gear Gang has taken control of parts of London. They start at the railroads fighting against Mad Gear members until they jump on the roof of a moving train and continue to fight there. Those wagons look like they belong to a local circus, and indeed, soon Philippi the Clown shows up, but he is definitely not joking around. But all in all, the joke's on him, and London is free from Mad Gear influence. Italy is the next stop. The Mad Gear Gang has a stronghold in what appears to be Venice. After a street brawl, the fight moves on a boat, and I guess those tourists there got more attractions than they actually paid for. When the boat reaches the final stop, Team jumps on an elevator and gets up on a tower, and there they faced Rolento. He appeared in the original game. This guy is known for jumping all over and throwing grenades, remember? And he doesn't change much over the years, but Haggar already defeated him once back in Metro City, so he does the job again. And it's time for the final fight. The final stage takes place in Japan, where the Mad Gear Gang's leader is holding Rena and Genryusai captive. Team lands in jungle, and the gang throws everything they have, but soon they find what appears to be a mansion, or rather a monastery, and they must fight their way in to reach Rena and Genryusai. Haggar and the rest deal with waves of powerful enemies and traps designed to stop them from reaching the Mad Gear leader. They break inside and progress until finally they face the last boss, Retu, the leader of the reviewed Mad Gear Gang. Retu is a martial arts master with a deadly moveset combining powerful strikes with the devastating combos. It's a brutal final battle, but with persistence and skills, fighters finally bring Retu down, saving Rena and Genryusai. With Retu defeated, the Mad Gear Gang is finally brought into its knees, and peace is restored once again. Rena and Genryusai are saved and Maki hugs them with tears in her eyes. Haggar tells he owned Guy for helping him rescue his daughter back in Metro City, so he felt the responsibility to help in this case. Rena thanks and tells she will tell Guy about Haggar's courage, but unfortunately, he is still in training. So she writes him a letter explaining what really happened. We see Guy reading it and promising that soon he will return, and that's how the second game ends.